Hi guys, and welcome back to the second episode of Igor Explains.
Hiya!
We had fantastic reviews and feedback from the first one. Thank you very much, guys. Hopefully we can answer some more of your questions in this segment. Let's jump straight into it. So, the questions this week come from across the pond, from a friend of ours called Amber Young. She recently attended a referee seminar, and these are the questions they came to us with. Let's jump straight into the questions. Question 1. Amber wants to know, what is the current rule about skaters maintaining an out-of-bounds position? Help us out, Igor.
I think this is a great question, and one which hasn't changed in the new rules. It's always been there, it's just been clarified. This is a great clarification, and one that I'm really glad has been tidied up, is to ensure that we have more skaters on track, more action happening on track, and therefore a flow of game. The tidy up of the rule is that skaters are not allowed to maintain an out of bounds position if they are legally able to return to the track. So the clarification is that skaters are not allowed to maintain an out of bounds status after being warned if they can re-enter the track legally without having to skate clockwise. So we've all seen this one where a skater has been knocked off track, being ghosted or recycled all the way back, then forced the engagement zone back so that the pack is called to the rear, forcing those at the front out of play. The tidy up of the rule, this one, is that skaters may not maintain an out of bounds position if they are legally able to return to the track. If they don't, they'll be penalized. The change to this is pretty much to ensure that there's more action happening on track. If you're being ghosted back and you stop, you're not obliged to skate back to then come behind them. If they are called out of play, they have to skate forwards. You're then able to return behind them, therefore not cutting them. It's pretty simple. It tidies up the fact that there's a lot of times where a skater's knocked off and recycled back, stops off track to stop that pack being reformed at the rear, and ensures that we then have a game happening. No one wants to see a skater off track just standing around, okay?
So, question 2 is, with the changes to the illegal blocking zones on the legs, what does it mean with regards to impact? What is the difference between driving with the knees to get through a wall versus incidentally initiating when blocking face to face and the knee contact not being intentional? Quite complicated. I hope you can help us out there, Igor.
Another great question, and one which we've seen a few times, where a blocker is coming up to the back of the pack, trying to get through the wall to try and make a hole for their jammer to get through. In doing so, they're striking with the knee to the back of the leg. So the rule change is now based on intention as well as impact. So that jammer or that blocker coming into the back of the wall, by them kneeing someone in the back of the leg, that is then intentionally doing so, is penalized. If it's to do with impact, where by striking with the knee into the back of the leg, force them out of their position, that's penalized because it has impact. The question is also to do with where the knee comes in between the legs, where you have to come around. Knee on knee contact has always been penalizable if it has impact. I don't see that being an issue with regards to old rules to new rules. It's just now just more based on the intent. So it's updated slightly. So pretty much the referee will only call things that they see, and it's based down to intent. So impact is pretty much easy to see because there is an aftermath where something has occurred, there's been an initiation, there's been impact, and therefore the referee can see what's happened and can call that penalty. The issue with intent is just pretty much if a jammer is coming into the back of the pack and is lifting the knee up into the back of someone's leg, that's where intent comes in. Because if that knee is incidentally hitting someone's leg, not a problem. If they're driving with that knee into someone's back of the leg, there's pretty much an issue there where that is intentionally doing so and therefore will be penalizable.
Awesome, so question 3. With no leaping contact being classified in the new rule set, what does this mean?
So, another good question, one which we'll see happen throughout the rules, where not every single penalty will be classified in the rules. The fact that there is no leaping contact in the rules doesn't mean that you're allowed to jump into everyone. The leaping contact now falls under unsporting conduct. So if you jump into someone and it has major impact, it's a penalty. If you jump and it has incidental contact with someone, it's not going to be a penalty. So blocking whilst airborne, that qualifies as a dangerous action and therefore will be classed under unsporting conduct. The rules are not going to give a complete list of all the penalties that are in that were in the old rules, in the new rules. It's pretty much opening up to based on intention and on impact. So what does this mean on jumping the apex? By jumping the apex, if you incidentally hit someone and it has no impact, it's not going to be a penalty. If you jump the apex and you connect with someone and it has an impact, that could be penalized. Same as the old rules, now it just falls under unsporting conduct. Simple.
Awesome, which leads very nicely onto our fourth question, which is all about seeding a cut. I bet everybody's been having fun with this one so far. So the last question is, what does it mean to yield or seed a cut? Over to you, Igor.
Another great question, and one that I've been answering all week. It's a brilliant one in that it's not in the rules, it's in the casebook and in the changes to gameplay summary. So in the changes to gameplay summary, it states that skaters can cede their illegally gained position by immediately exiting the track and re-entering behind everyone required. So what does that mean? Well, it means that if a jammer comes along, jumps the apex, clips the inside as they land, are then back on track. If they exit the track immediately, they then cede their position and can then come in behind all those who have superior position on them and will not be a cut. If they do re-enter back on track, realize that they have cut someone, they are still able to cede that position by immediately exiting the track again and going behind those skaters and re-entering behind them, therefore ceding that cut, and it will not be a penalty. If a blocker or a jammer is going through the pack and that skater is knocked out of bounds and is recycled back, if they re-enter back on track, realize that they were about to cut, exit the track immediately, they therefore ceded that position, skate back clockwise behind the skater which has got superior position on them, re-enter the track, and is not a cut. Let gameplay happen. Let derby happen. So, nice little loophole which is being closed up, and it means that you can now cede the cut if you realize that you've come back onto track, there's someone who has superior position on you, you can exit the track immediately, skate behind them, re-enter legally, and carry on with gameplay.
So guys, that brings an end to this week's episode of Igor Explains. I hope you've been thoroughly satisfied with the answers that Igor's given this week. Once again, if you have any burning questions that you would like answered by the master himself, Igor, just either comment below or message the Jump the Apex Facebook page. It's just myself and Igor to sign out this week, as this little man was out joyriding around Brighton last night, terrorising rockers. Not cool.
I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love.
What? Like, how? How have you even managed that? I'm more impressed than annoyed. Honestly. Anyway, Igor.
And that's it for this week. This has been Igor Explains. I'm Igor. This has been Jump the Apex.
This is Moss the Mod Monkey, and he definitely just committed and took flight.
On the count of three, everybody run back to your fantasy now.